me? I hope so. I think all the volume's on here. If you can, just let me know. Give me a little love. Let me know where you're watching from down in the comments. Thank you so much again for joining. I'm really pumped to have you here along with me in yet another spontaneous little training. Things are still really chaotic for us. We are still in the process of closing on our house and getting ready to hit the road full time with this business, which I am so excited about. Of course, we're going to take a little mini honeymoon first too. So anywho, if you are joining right now, that I hope is because you are excited to learn a little bit more about how you can go on a little bit of a product sprint with your website store. That's what I'm working on right now as I've got this time. It's not like I have a full week or anything. I've just got a couple of days. And most of the house stuff is kind of tied up and bundled up because we've been waiting. We thought we'd be out by now. So to keep myself from going totally batty, I needed a little project, and it's already in alignment with the annual goals that I've mapped out for myself. This spring, I really did want to work on expanding my product line on my store as well as growing my organic SEO. And the way that I structure everything in my business is so that everything is kind of a double dipping activity or triple dipping. So every time I add a new product to my store, I am already improving my organic SEO, which will help to bring more traffic, more very targeted buyers to my website. So what you're looking at right now here is my shop as it stands. This is not the home page. This is just the very, 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 very simple basic shop. And I'm going to be taking you along with me this spring as I develop it intermittently as we kind of launch out on our honeymoon and stuff. It's going to be a very interesting work adjustment for me this spring. But I'm really excited, and I'm excited to take you along with me as I go from always working from home to being a digital nomad, always on the road working from home. I'm terrified and excited, and I'm going to share all of the hiccups and mistakes and victories with you along the way. So please subscribe if you haven't already, if you would like to get in on all of that juicy goodness. Okay, so all right, so let me kind of catch you up. I was just sort of brainstorming a little earlier today on what I essentially wanted to accomplish with this expansion sprint. So as I was saying, this spring, I really want to focus on expanding the digital products that I have available on my website, as well as expand my audience of paying customers simultaneously. That said, here are my goals for this sprint. And then I kind of started brainstorming all of the different products that I already have sitting in inventory, or products that could really quickly and easily be created based on the existing inventory that I already have of digital products and templates. So that's all of that pretty much. And I was organizing them kind of based on purpose or, category. So I have stuff for mindset, for freelancers and coaches, stuff for productivity and habit tracking for freelancers and coaches, client management, beauty, elevating your brand. I should prefer to say scaling your offer suite, which is what we're doing right now. So a siren, this also fits in there. Like I said, mindset, health, and nutrition, the digital nomad lifestyle, VIP day Vixen collection. So it would be all the stuff you need to start running VIP days, marketing and messaging based products, tons of those. Oh my God, I have so many. And then stuff on repurposing your content, which I think pretty much goes in there anyway. Yeah. Okay. So I've got tons and tons and tons and tons. It gets overwhelming fast. And then I went on to know where I'm feeling some resistance, which for me, like the part of this process that feels clunky and like a real pain in the butt is setting up the email deliveries in MailerLite. I don't really have a problem with MailerLite or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I need to do some journaling on it or something and figure out what the resistance is, or I don't know. There's something about that part of the workflow that just, it stops me. I don't know. I hate it. Um, okay. And then I was saying that I also, which is true, I also have a collection of themed like course and challenge, live challenge, creator kits that I'm also planning to release, which let me see. I'm getting all ahead of myself here. I'm going to give you a little sneak preview. I was just working on Alice in Wonderland. Let's see her. I don't think there's going to be multiple Alices, but here is one of them. So as you can see, I've been already creating like the sales pages and the workbook templates and all that kind of the slideshow and all that kind of good stuff, flyers and launch posts. Still got to do some module covers and some Pinterest pins, but I am in the process of working on the Alice in Wonderland collection here. So there's going to be a whole bunch of these storytelling. I've got Secret Garden and Candyland, Moulin Rouge, King Arthur. There's going to be some more like Victorian romance and Gothic romance kind of stuff. Some really exciting things. I'm very, 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 very much looking forward to bringing to you. So that's the other stuff I have kind of in the pipeline that I've been working on. And I was just kind of noting to myself how I want to position those. Let's see. Then I noted for myself how I'm planning to organize all of this before brainstorming out, or rather even almost like documenting as I go, the process that I'm using for this little weekend sprint that I've been on. So in a nutshell, what I've been doing is, let me make sure you can see this. I create a line in my inventory sheet. Let me bring that up for you. Let me also zoom in on this bad boy. So, this is an inventory sheet that I've been keeping. I use it for planning, and you can see I haven't been a totally good girl. I have some updating to do. Typical creative. I like all of the pretty fun stuff, but then I don't really like all of the data entry kind of stuff. I guess because I did years of it. Oh, goodness. So anyway, I have been mapping out like all of the different products that I wanted to, or listing all of the different products that I wanted to go ahead and put up. And yeah, so that's my inventory sheet that I keep. I'll pull it out a little bit so you can see it. And it really helps me to stay organized, and it's like, as you can see, I keep like the listing sales page and everything linked there. So from my phone, I can pull up Google Sheets at any point and very quickly, like say I'm in on LinkedIn and somebody's asking a question or posing like a problem that I know one of my products solves, it's very quick and easy for me to go ahead and grab the link to the sales page, as well as be able to like review the product contents, the product description. I can also really quickly pop into here and say somebody's struggling with something mindset or whatever because of how, when I'm being a good girl, because of how this is organized. I could hit like Control F, right, to run a search and then just type in mindset, and every product that deals with mindset would pop up for me. So then it becomes a really handy dandy sales tool, as well as inventory tracker and product planner. It serves a lot of purposes. And that is, like I said, that's how I like to do things. I've also got lots of other cool things in here. These are 52 weeks of emails for my digital products. These are my templates for creating affirmation cards, all organized. Blog post archives, I've got to work on these, all that kind of stuff. I'm hoping to get caught up on once we kind of hit the road and stuff, and I've got some downtime. So little peek behind the scenes. You can see how naughty I've been so far this year. But so I started by creating a line in the inventory, and then I am creating a folder. I am very big on keeping my Canva very, very organized with subfolders of subfolders of subfolders of subfolders of subfolders. I'm really, really big on that. And it goes a long way in helping you to produce designs a lot faster and stuff like that, especially once you have been using it for years and you start to grow a larger media library within your Canva account. It just goes a long way to save you a bunch of time. So the more organized and proactive you can be about labeling and folders and all of that kind of good stuff, oh my gosh, it will pay off so, so much. Okay, so then I do the same thing on my desktop. So I make sure that I've got mirrored folders, both on my desktop and then digitally. Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I'm also in the end, this will be backed up on Dropbox as well. So lots of backups. Always go with as many backups as you can. There's nothing more heartbreaking than losing work, right? Then I will pull open the file with all of the delivery PDFs. Let me show you what that's going to look like. I use different ones, and you'll see me in this process use different ones. This is just an overview of what I'm going to be doing in, oh my goodness, each of these. Okay, so here she is. So this is one file in Canva that I have all of my digital products stored. So as you can see, this is the delivery file that somebody would get when they purchased, for example, a 10-step plan for writing blog posts that sell. This is one of my products that I have in inventory that I haven't listed it on its own. It does go into a bundle, though, the Course Creators Bundle, I believe. So the beauty of these intuitive and customer-centric PDFs is that I have really included a lot of different touch points for the customer in order to invite them further in, provide support, and begin really building trust and nurturing this relationship, right? So I'll walk you through this really quickly. I'll go into it probably in more detail later on, but just really quickly, it starts off with giving them access to whatever they just purchased, because that's really important, especially in these newer transactions where somebody might not know you. You know, they're very nervous usually about these kinds of purchases. So right off the bat, we want to deliver what was promised. In this particular case, there may be a Canva template. It wasn't in this one. But if it was, there is a playlist there. But this is also another opportunity where if you have a video or a podcast episode or something else like that is related to the topic, you can plug it right there. Followed by a plug for my free community. as well as a prompt to leave a 5-star review if they're happy. And finally, a return and shop some more coupon. So lots going on here. A lot of value both for yourself and for your customers. So I strongly urge you to take advantage of this strategy when it comes to delivering your PDFs or your links or whatever you want to say. Yes, it takes some time, but it really goes a long way. So highly, highly, highly recommend you take the time to prioritize that. So as you can see, I've got a whole bunch of them here, different designs too for different collections. And I'm going to be creating another one of these for every product as I go. And then that is what will ultimately get loaded into Dropbox and delivered via email to the customer. So that will have all of their links. Okay. So we did that. Just helping me keep track. Sorry. Next, we will pull out a brand board or a mood board. I have lots of templates for these, but usually they're not really how I would want it exactly yet. So I'll modify it to fit what I see, like what my vision is for it. And that includes the logo, stock photo collection or clip art collections, font, and colors, which usually are going to be based on the photos to create a more cohesive design. You'll see more of that as I go through it. Next, I will create the brand kit for that in Canva. So let me think. So here's an example of one that I just created, which was the Tech-Tide marketing brand board. So I just tested this process. This was the brand board or mood board, however you want to call it, vision board that I created for this particular brand. And then I created a whole collection. So let's see, let me show you this collection that I just did here. Where's Tech-Tide? There's Tech-Tide. And as you can see, I've done all of this to match new colors, new fonts, new images, all that kind of good stuff. Just like what you see here in the Tech-Tide marketing. So then once I created this, I actually went ahead and uploaded it as a brand kit in my Canva account. And I did that by going right over here in my Canva account to where it says brand. And this is a pro feature, which I highly recommend. There are lots of areas where you can skimp on software, but if you're going to be in digital product creation, being able to invest in the pro version of Canva is definitely going to serve you in many, many ways. So anywho, at the time I hit add new, but I've already created it. And so I uploaded the logo. I added all of the hex codes for all of the colors from that brand kit. And then I added the font, which was actually just like 2 different variations of the same font. So it was pretty straightforward for this one. Once I had this brand kit loaded into my Canva account, it was really fast and easy for me to go through and make edits to these. So let me just grab one here to mess around with. Let's go with the event covers. As you can see, I've already done this, but and again, this is not where we're going through the real design intensive. I just wanted to show you really quick. Okay, so now I was able to, from here, you can see this is the listing of all those different brand kits that you just saw. So I was able to successfully click on Tech-Tide marketing and select that as my brand kit, which loaded this up. And then from, as long as you're working on your desktop, you can do very simple things like select the color, change it once, and then change all across the whole board. I'll Control Z to undo that. Or you can do things like shuffle the palette here, which is nice too. That can be a fun way to kind of move through it really quickly. So highly recommend that you take advantage of those techniques because it can be so much faster to modify your templates, okay? And just as I was mentioning, when you are building out your brand kits or your colors, if you already have done a photo shoot and you want to use those pictures, like, let me see, let me pull up one of mine so that you can see what I mean. Okay, let's just grab this one because it's got lots of different colors so that you can see, for example. Now, if I wanted to make this block match, I can go over to photo colors. And it's funny, that was actually really, really close. It's kind of crazy how close that is to some of these. But that shows you, ooh, that strawberry raspberry kind of color is delicious. But yeah, so that would be another way that you could build out a brand kit from photos that you already have, maybe professionally taken, that you want to use. Okay. So this is the process that we are going to be following, essentially. Uploading the brand kit and then reskinning all of the templates just like I showed you. So I'm going to be taking you with me step by step as we work on a couple of different collections so that you can see what the entire workflow looks and feels like, and get a feel for how much you can accomplish in a weekend sprint once you get familiar with your workflow and how all of this goes. So I'm really excited to take you along with me. If you have been looking to kind of optimize your batching workflow, expand your digital product collection, expand your signature offer suite, grow your Etsy store, any of these things, you're definitely in the right place. I'm going to show you how to create some very intuitive, cohesive, beautifully branded, matching bundles that will bring the boys to the yard, so to speak, okay? These are going to be in a variety of different styles, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you are able to get a lot of ideas. I would definitely bring along a way for you to take some notes as we go, because I'm going to be sharing as many inside tips and tricks and little things I picked up along the last, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, I don't freaking know how many years of graphic design I've been doing. So yeah, I am going to be sharing as much of it as I possibly can from inside my brain. So buckle up, Buttercup. This is going to be one hell of a weekend. We've got a lot to do. And I think that we're actually going to be able to accomplish something pretty amazing together. By just keeping each other company, staying motivated, having fun, and keeping an open and playful mind. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks again for joining me.